All right, so as of right now, I want to warn you about something that's happening in the stock market and something that's about to happen in the stock market. And that is the stock market is about to thrill most Americans. And regardless if you own stocks or not, it's going to affect you. Regardless if you have a retirement or not, it's going to affect you. And I've got this story out of Newsweek, and it tells what's really happening, because the most important thing about any investment, if you want to learn how to make money, or if you want to figure out why you're losing money, it's based off of human emotion. That's it. When a bunch of people want to buy something, they race in and the price goes up. When everybody gets scared and wants to sell something, price goes down. I'm not joking. It's that simple. Hold on, it's bright out here. All right, so this story out of Newsweek is important because it tells about what's going on with the human sentiment. Americans' fears of stock market crash is now skyrocketing. There's all these polls out there, and the reason why companies take polls is because they want to figure out how to sell more product to you. They want to figure out, politicians want to figure out how they can get voted in again, just to lie to you, so that you'll vote for them, and then they just won't do it. Type 1 if you understand how that works. All right. So here's the thing. Oh, and it works on both sides of the aisle. I want you to learn how to make a lot of money from this, all right? A handful of years ago, I got on YouTube, started a YouTube channel that said, hey, I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just wealthy. I did it by side hustles and businesses and investing. And I said, so since I can't tell you what to do because I didn't go to college, I am buying gold. I am buying Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies like XRP. I am buying silver. And if you listened and you did something like it, you're making tons of money. So do me a favor. Type yes if you have been one of those people that have been listening and making money, right? Your value of what you've been saving for, earning for, or buying is going up. Now we're going to go take advantage of a stock market downturn, and this is going to be epic. I've been warning about a stock market downturn. We just had the 10th largest stock market downturn in the history of the United States just a handful of weeks ago. We've already seen a banking crash in 2023 that was larger than 2008. Trust me, things aren't good, but I'm smiling because we're going to absolutely go crush it. So here we go. Oh, real quick, this is the last day for the AI Stock Trader course. If you want to learn how to use AI and build a trading assistant that shows you what are the best stocks to buy right now, what are the prices you want to buy at, what do you want to sell at, what do you want to short, all that kind of stuff, links down below, and then the price goes up. All right. It says here, Americans' fear of the stock market crashing are skyrocketing as the economy remains uncertain and President Donald Trump's tariffs take effect, according to a report by predictive consumer data company Resonate. Nearly 26% of the population worries that Wall Street might hit rock bottom, says Resonate, and concerns of a broader economic slowdown have increased by 17.5% to 46%. So now, look, we all know that we were in a recession a long time ago. The only thing that staved it off was that Biden lied about, first off, changing the debt. I can't believe, oh my gosh, who voted for that guy? Seriously, do watch this. Type 2 if you voted for Biden. Any second now. There's got to be one. There's got to be some liberal figured out a way of getting on this channel. Nope, no. Okay, watch this. Type 3 if you did not vote for Biden. All right, so here's the thing. Biden changed the definition of recession, but also printed a crap ton of money. Look at the threes. Everyone's like, I did not vote for this crap. The only thing that dude was good at was falling upstairs. All right, so the thing is that everyone right now, the pulse of America is, oh crap, hold on, I can't find the pulse. Oh, there you go. All right. The jugular, yeah, it ain't good. It's weak and thready. That's what firefighters say. Okay, so right now it ain't good. And they've got their finger literally on the trigger. Just pew, pew, we're pulling the trigger, we're out. We're gonna bounce, we're gonna sell our stocks, we're gonna sell our investments, right? I just spoke with an awesome subscriber. It's a real estate agent. And her husband owns a concrete company. I said, how's the market going? It's good for me right now. And I said, because you're getting listings. So, oh yeah, because listings are exploding. She's all, and she wouldn't even want to say it out loud. But don't worry, she's going to be a very successful real estate agent. You want to know why? Because she knows the truth. And she goes, I feel like in a month, she didn't want to say it. I'm like, prices are going to go down, sellers are going to capitulate. And she's like nodding her head. And that's the truth. That's what's happening. High-end real estate can't sell. And that price, the falling real estate as the higher the price, that's just getting lower and lower and lower. And I don't know if people have been paying attention to the bond market, but mortgage rates, They ain't going down. And this is the most exciting time to be alive because you're about to pounce on the greatest opportunity. You get to relive what I went through in 2006, 2007, 2008. Then everybody figures out the crash has happened. You're already ready. And then you're just absolutely going and buying businesses, properties, and all that stuff. That's freaking awesome. Come on, can I get an amen out here? You got all these doom and gloom people out there, and I'm like, yeah, there's doom and gloom, but we're gonna freaking crush it. All right, here we go. Now it says here, why does it matter? Why does it matter that people are afraid that the stock market's gonna crash? Well, widespread tariffs and stock market upheaval have characterized Trump's second presidency, and in March he said that the U.S. was facing a period of transition as opposed to a recession. Yeah, that's right. It's a transition from lying sacks of crap in the government taking your tax dollars, and that well is running dry. Little by little, the pool, the cesspool is getting smaller and smaller. I know it sounds crazy because you're like, drain the swamp. You're like, well, we can't just open up the drain all at once. It would create a vacuum and an implosion. But no, true. Come on, Ninja, get back on. Come on, dude, you can do this. You're good enough. You're smart enough. Gosh darn it. People like you, I think. The point being is that if you think about it this way, we are in a moment where this transition is transitioning from a fiat currency that I actually don't believe that we're going to start upholding gold and Bitcoin and things like that. And we're going to see the legacy financial system that's been going on for the last couple hundred years collapse. So we're going to see a lot of prices in homes that were built up because of low interest rates collapse because now interest rates are higher. We're going to see a stock market crash because you're not going to have as much money being printed and shoved into the market speculating on things like that. I believe in the beginning of July, the first week, maybe the second week, you're going to see this deluge of information that comes out from what happened in the beginning of the second quarter of this year during the stock market crash. And that was a crash. That was a sharp downturn. That's a crash. I don't know how to tell you this. There are a lot of people that lost their butts on that, right? You're going to see this information come out, and what's going to happen is companies that would normally lend money to people that were trading on margin, things like that, you're going to see them tighten up their belts. They already have, but you're going to see the facts of this, and then the broader markets are going to figure this out. Then what I mean by broader markets are people that aren't privy to the information all at once. So it says, what to know? Well, growing anxiety now over the future of the U.S. stock market has intensified in recent months, driven by political uncertainty and volatile political shifts. Screw this. Can I give you a little history lesson? Now a lot of you are going to understand this, right? But if you understand what I'm saying, can you do me a favor and just type "preach it, brother," and just start, fire me up. Let's pretend we're in a Southern Baptist church, okay? You're just gonna say "preach it, brother." All right. Now, listen, in the early 1900s, the Federal Reserve was created, right? We didn't need them, but Satan wanted them. And so the Federal Reserve was created. And what happened was, right after that, ironically, income tax was created. Weird. It's because the Federal Reserve, which is a private bank, decided, hey, we want to figure out how to turn all these people into slaves. So we're going to start taxing them, and they're going to work for us. And we're going to take their money, and we're going to spend it on whatever we want, like Nancy Pelosi's wall around her house, that didn't protect her husband from a hammer. All right, sorry, I digress. Then, after a period of time, they go, man, we need to create ourselves something that we could legally print a crap ton of money. That's a legal term, crap ton. And so what we do is we created something called Spanish flu. Spanish flu created, 1918, all of a sudden, we've only got like 6 or 7 pictures in all of Google of the Spanish flu. You think there'd be more photographers out there doing that, but no worries. The whole world's under this Spanish flu thing, and guess what? We can print a crap ton of money. But it's because right after the Spanish flu started, there was a depression, the Depression of 1920. Hold on, I'm going to wait for someone to go, Ninja, the Depression wasn't in 1920. No, it's true, it was. The first Depression was in 1920. It was called the Depression of 1920. Anyway, sorry, I digress again. They started printing a crap ton of money, which led to the Roaring 20s. Well, this is sort of weird. This is almost like what just happened 100 years later. And so, not on the Gregorian calendar, but a different calendar. I probably can't even bring it up here. But my point being is they printed a crap ton of money, and then all these women decided to wear flapper dresses and dance wildly and drink champagne, and the guys were like betting on horses. You've probably seen the black and white clips. So then they turned around and everything crashed. But before everything crashed during the Great Depression, it had these little wobbles. Now, if you look at a chart of the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the S&P, you're going to see a very similar move today that happened way back then. And now one of those moves was what happened just a handful of weeks ago. And that was that big downturn in the stock market. So you are about to see this. I said during this downturn in the stock market a handful of weeks ago that this was your Bear Stearns moment. That was one of the largest financial institutions in the country that went completely belly up and closed their doors. It was like out of the blue in the spring of 2008. And it wasn't until, wait for it, the summer of 2008 came and people started to get fearful. Well, that's weird. I just read you a story in Newsweek about growing amount of Americans becoming fearful of the stock market crash. That's what happened. See, I'd already sold all my homes in 2006. I had 14. I didn't have a ton, but that was a lot for me because I didn't have cooler mentors. I wish I did. Now I do. I got awesome mentors. I got all kinds of billionaires and centimillionaires and real estate moguls. I'm like, this is awesome. I guess I had to start a YouTube channel back then. Lesson learned. Point being is that right now we are experiencing what I experienced back then, but something really cool. I got to take 1 million of you with me and you're all running around with a ton of gold, silver, crypto, and you're absolutely killing it. You're probably, as a matter of fact, guys, type 10 if you're richer now, you have less debt and more net worth right now than you've ever been. And I'm not joking. That has got to be the coolest comment I'd ever get. A bunch of people going, dude, yeah, I'm killing it. Like I've got, look at all the people right now that are typing 10 that have went out there and they said, hey, I could see it. Ninja was saying it. And it's not because I'm some super smart dude. I'm just a dude with a bro hawk and a dream. And that dream's to make everyone rich because I want good-hearted people to run this world. I want good-hearted people to feed the nations. I want good-hearted people to go and spread the word of Jesus Christ. That's the truth. I don't. You want to change someone's life? Feed them. You want to change someone's life forever? You want to witness to them? Feed them. Shelter them when they need shelter. Feed them when they're hungry. We're going to change the world, and we're going to do it one investment at a time, one goal at a time, and we're going to absolutely crush it. If you want to learn how to use AI to take advantage of this stock market downturn and the upturns, the link's down below. I've already had 2 people take me up on my return policy. And that is, if you watch less than 50% of it in 14 days, you can have your money back. If you don't think this is going to change your life, 2 out of a lot of people went, this is too much work. And I said, that's why you're not rich. It's going to teach you things about AI and how to use AI way more than a simple YouTube video could. All right, with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out. Got to go remodel a house. Whew.